Hi everyone and welcome to today's practice. To begin with, we are going to come to a comfortable seat. As you come into the seat, make sure that your knees and your hips are not feeling too tight. And if they are, please be sure to sit up on something to elevate your hips, and this should alleviate that tightness a little bit. Take your hands onto your thighs, close your eyes or soften your gaze towards the floor. And take a big breath in through your nostrils, into your belly and into your chest. As you exhale, sigh out of the mouth and feel your muscles relax. Take 2 more breaths like that, breathing in through the nostrils, exhaling out of the mouth. 1 more. Before we begin today's practice, we're going to take 10 more breaths through the nostrils to help us to tune into our bodies and to tune out the outside world. So close your eyes if you haven't done so already, and simply let the breath roll in through the nostrils. Feel it pass into the back of your throat, through your lungs and into your belly, feeling the belly fill up. And then exhaling to feel the belly relax and the air pass all the way out again. Keep breathing. Become aware of the space underneath you, underneath your hips and your feet. On your next exhale, feel your body melting and weighing heavily down into the floor. Let your awareness travel up into the weight of your arms and your legs. And notice the energy within them. Do they feel like they have lots of energy, or do they feel heavy? Or another way? Next, bring your awareness into your hips, your belly, your chest and your shoulders. Notice that space. And feel its weight pull you down into your mat. And for the final 2 breaths here, I'd like you to imagine that you're rising up through the top of your head. Your skull is connected to your spine, and I'd like you to imagine that you're reaching your spine up taller by reaching your head up. Keep the rest of your body nice and heavy and simply extend up through that spine. Imagining you're growing taller with each inhale and weighing heavier into the mat with each exhale. That finishes our little intro there. Keep that awareness of your body as we flow through the practice. On your next breath in, we're going to reach up through the head again, but we're also going to lift our arms up. So breathe in and do that. And as you exhale, keep that head extending up and simply float your arms down, maintaining that height. 2 more breaths. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, floating the hands down. Take 1 more breath like this. On your next breath in, sweep your arms up. And from here, we're going to place our left arm back behind us, our right arm onto our left knee, twisting to look towards our left shoulder. Take a big breath in and out here. Reach up through the top of the head. And on your next breath in, keep your body in the same position and simply turn your head to face the right shoulder. So looking forward with your head, but keeping your body twisted. Breathing in and gently breathing out, looking back. Maybe twisting a bit deeper. Take 2 more breaths like that. Next breath in, sweep both arms up. And we're simply changing sides. So right arm goes behind you, left hand comes onto that right knee, twisting to the right, reaching up through the top of the head, taking a deep breath in and out. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to look back. Take 2 more breaths like this. Then inhale, sweep both arms up. And exhale your hands through to your heart center. Inhale to sweep both arms out in front of you into the ceiling. Exhale, bring your left hand down, reach your right arm over. Take 3 breaths here. As you exhale, try to reach a little further to your left side, finding the stretch in the whole right flank of the body. Inhale, bring both arms up. Exhale, flow to the other side. Take 3 breaths here. Then sweep both arms up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down beside you and onto the floor. We're going to move forward into a tabletop position. And next we'll come into some cat-cows. But before we do, tuck those toes under and just stretch into the calves. And if it feels all right, and when you're ready, drop your belly down and roll into your cow. Opening your chest up, letting it shine. Before exhaling, pressing your feet into the floor and curling your back up to the ceiling, dropping your chin in. Keep it flowing. One more. And inhale back to center. And from here to circle, we're going to circle our shoulders around our wrists to massage into the wrist joint. So just drawing large circles, nice and slow. And change rotation. Good, and when you're ready, bring your knees and your feet together, flatten your feet out on the floor, and simply walk your hands back. When you're ready, lift your knees up, stretching into the tops of the feet. And after the exhale, come back down, and to stretch deeper into those calves, we're going to tuck the toes under, press into our hands, and find a nice stretch in the calves and in the arches of the feet. Take another deep breath in here. And a slow exhale out. Good. Now to come into the forearms, we're going to come back to tabletop and turn our hands to point back towards our knees. From here, you can gently rock your hips back towards your heels or hold as you'd like. And find the stretch in those forearms. Take one more full breath in and out. And when you're ready, come back to neutral, fingers pointing forward. Make sure that your fingers are spread out. And from here, step your right leg back and then your left leg back, coming into a plank. We're going to hold here for 5 deep breaths in and out. Keep pressing back through your heels. Keep the glutes engaged. And try not to drop down through the shoulders. So press through those hands. Even if it feels like you're lifting up as high as you possibly can, press down even more to keep the arms and the muscles in those arms and shoulders energized and active. And take one more full breath in and out. After the exhale, drop your knees to the floor, move your shoulders beyond your wrists, and slowly lower yourself down onto the ground, onto your mat. Then press your feet down in the floor, engage your glutes, and inhale to lift your chest up. Reach out through the top of your head. As you exhale, lower yourself down. Take 2 more breaths like that, breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, lowering down. Take 1 more breath like that. Draw your toes under, power up into a tabletop or a plank. And as you exhale, come back into your first downward facing dog. From here, keep your shoulders nice and broad and just walk your feet out on the spot to stretch into your hamstrings. On your next breath in, bend your right leg and try to straighten your left leg. And just hold here for a full breath in and out. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So straighten your right leg, bend your left leg, and hold for a full breath. Next, come back to a neutral position. Lift both heels off the floor. And as you exhale, bend your knees and send your hips back, your heels down. Take 2 more rounds of breath like that. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, grounding down. 1 more. Good. Next, we're going to do something different. We're going to inhale into a plank position. And from here, I want you to walk your feet over to the left side of your mat. Drop your right heel to the floor and lower your hips down so that you're in this strange kind of side upward facing dog position. Next, I want you to power down into your hands, lift your hips back and come into your down dog. Breathing in, and as you exhale, we're just changing to the other side. So walking the feet to the right, dropping the left heel to the floor and lowering the hips down, coming into a strange looking side upward dog position. Again, try not to collapse into your shoulders. Really press into your hands and just stretch into that hip. Inhale back to center. And exhale to drop the right hip down. Powering down into those hands. And just keep going. Breathing in. And breathing out onto the opposite side, lowering down. 1 more on each side. Follow your breath. Last one. It's a nice stretch, eh? Inhale back to center. And just bend your knees left to right. And from here, walk them to the top of your mat. Coming into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Take 2 more breaths like that. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, bending the knees, folding forward. 1 more. Good, then take your hands around your elbows and simply sway your arms from left to right. Take 3 deep breaths here. And try to feel your spine unravel and your head weigh heavy. When you're ready, plant your hands down on the floor, step back into a plank, and lower yourself down. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale to roll your spine down. Power up into a plank or a tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees left to right. Then inhale to step your left foot forward to the top of the mat. Drop your right knee to the ground and flatten your back foot out on the floor. Inhale to send your hips back. Exhale to send your hips forward. 2 more rounds of breath like that. When you're ready, send your hips back, straighten your left leg, and just find the stretch in the back of that left hamstring. Try to press your left heel out in front of you. If this is too intense, you might like to tuck the back toes under, and you'll lift up a little higher. Simply lift up through the top of your head, breathe into your belly and your chest, and fold over your left leg. Take 1 more full breath in. And then send that left knee forward. Plant your hands on the floor, step back into your plank. Inhaling, exhaling, lower down. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale to lower down. Inhale up into a plank or a tabletop. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Good. Step your right foot forward as you breathe in. Drop your back knee to the floor. Plant those hands on the floor. Inhale, send your hips back. Exhale, send them forward, stretching into that left hip. 2 more. One more. Good, and then send your hips back, straighten your right leg. Breathing into your belly and your chest. And as you exhale, fold over your right leg. And breathe. One more full breath in. Good. From here, send yourself forward, and we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to walk our hands over to the left side of our mat and step ourselves into a malasana, a yogi squat. You can bring your hands onto the floor, and I'd like you to press your arms into your legs into your arms, and just hold this pose for a few breaths. This is really good for stretching the insides of your legs around the groin. And then have a go at walking your hands back a little bit, coming up onto your tiptoes, and then your fingertips. And then take a big breath in. And as you exhale, drop your left knee down to the floor. Inhale to lift it back up, and drop your left leg down as you exhale. We're just going to keep moving like that. And you might just need to bend and move those arms out of your way. We're massaging into the hip joint. So just moving and rotating those hips. It's almost like lifting them back up and then pointing them to one side. And it's really, really good for the joint around the hip, for your lower back, if you've got issues there. So see how tight or how flexible this part of your body feels. Does one side feel more flexible than the other? And wherever you are, just do one more. Good. And when you're ready, come down onto the floor and bring yourself down onto your back. Give your knees a nice squeeze into your chest and circle them a few times. And to massage the lower back a little more, we're going to bring our feet together and take our knees apart and just row the knees. You might feel it in your hips, you might feel it in your lower back. Row in the opposite direction, take a big breath in and a big breath out. The final asana we're going to do today is we're going to take our arms onto the insides of our legs, outside of our feet, into Happy Baby. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. On your final breath out, I'd like you to exhale out of your mouth. Breathing in, breathing out of the mouth. Nice. Bring your feet and your heels together and straighten your legs out on the floor. Take one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your chest. Take a moment to settle in. And just take 5 deep breaths in and out here. Once again, tune into your body, your arms and your legs, and feel them weigh heavy down into your mat. And focus on your hips, your torso and your shoulders, and do the same with them. And then this time allow your head to weigh down as well and feel all the little muscles on your face soften. Take 2 more breaths and try to relax entirely into the floor. When you're ready, you can wriggle your fingers and your toes. Take a big breath in, stretch your arms back behind you as you do so. Exhale to bring your knees into your chest and simply rock yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take your hands onto your legs and let's finish with a deep breath in and out. I hope that you enjoyed this practice, and if you did, it would be really helpful for you to share this channel with your friends or to press that subscribe button if you haven't done already. You can let me know what you thought as well in the comments below, and I hope to see you again. Namaste.